Well, I started on the chicken tractor today. I bought three 16-foot pressure treated 2x4s. Cut two of them down to 14 feet for the sides and the other two down to 93 inches to make a total overall width of 8 feet. So it's going to be a 12 by 8, and that's 12 foot from front to back. The reason there's tails on either end is there'll be holes on all four corners. One end is going to have rope, the other end is going to have some bolts going through for axles. I have an old lawnmower up on the metal pile. I'm going to take the wheels off of that, so when I'm going to move it, slip the wheels on, lift one end and break contact with the ground, and do the daily move. All that's left now is get the three 16-foot cattle panels on it for a hoop house arrangement. I've got the tarp, I've got all the zip ties, I have chicken wire to cover everything, and I have 2x4s to build the front and rear frames. So I'll have a door on one end and at least a frame on the other end to hang the water bucket for the auto Bellmatic, yeah, the auto drinker, and food up on this end and water on the back side. Or actually, I think this is going to be the back because we're going to start going that direction. So back is near the front of it is actually the other way, so the door is going to be down there. More progress tomorrow. Target day for putting the birds out is Wednesday sometime. So we will take a pause and I'll check in with y'all later. Bye. Well, here we were with part 2 of the hoop house chicken tractor. As you can see, we got the hoop part done and the framing almost done. This will be the back side. I just need to do a couple cross pieces here, and then we can just put the chicken wire over it. The entire hoop will be covered in chicken wire. These boards here, this is going to be for the drinker to hang. There will be a bucket that hangs on the outside right here. And these two boards are going to hang the feeding trough that I'm going to make out of 4-inch PVC. And they will hang. So that way, when we do our daily move, I don't have to go inside and take anything out. I can just put the wheels on the back and pull it forward one length, and then go in and fill the water, fill the feeder, then fill the water bucket, and we'll be done for the day. Probably take all of 5 minutes of that. But in case you were going to break your fingers typing in, hey, it's lopsided. Yeah, I know. No, I don't care. And the chickens won't care either. They won't care one little bit. And this will also double as a greenhouse on either end of the season when we don't have chickens out on pasture. So we'll start this as a cold frame in the spring. When the chickens show up, the tarp goes on. It'll have clear plastic on it for greenhouse work. And then I have the silver tarp that we'll throw on for the birds, and grow some chickens for 6 or 8 weeks, and then we can have more greenhouse space. This will be all we need for now. Again, I'll be drilling some holes on the ends. This end will probably have eye bolts with or I might put them over here just inside that gusset, and some eye bolts with a rope so that I can pull it. And on the back side, back here, I put some holes in the tail on either side and put like a galvanized bolt, and that'll double as axles, so I can put the wheels on, move it, take the wheels off, fill the water, fill the feeder. Bada bing, bada boom. Winter chicken dinners. Okay, that's it for now. Later. Well, we're a little bit closer to getting done, but the birds won't be going out till tomorrow sometime. But we got the back end done. I just got to add in some support for the water bucket. Got the tarp temporarily on at least. The only thing left to do is to finish this end, build the door, and then fasten this end of the tarp down. I have straps going across in two places here just to keep the tarp from ballooning up and blowing off. And that'll work for now. Got to go inside and snip these wire ties off. But yeah, it's pretty nice in here. Got some breeze blowing through. I may have this plywood up a little too high, but I didn't want to have to cut another piece of the hardware cloth. So it'll work. If I have to, I can cut some vents with some hardware cloth on to allow for more ventilation. But we'll see how it goes. I will be putting a piece of hardware cloth here and here and the top of the door. I think I'm going to have to frame the door from this level straight across, or semi-straight at least. And we'll be getting it going. I'm going to put plywood down here on the bottom. I have to go buy some more because that was the only piece of 1/4 inch I had. But she's looking good. She's looking good. We got the apron on either side. We just cut the chicken wire long on purpose and let it hang out. I will be adding more along the front and the back and wrapping it around, tying everything together, and probably have some PVC pipe or something on it or under it and have that tied on to make things easier to move. This puppy's pretty heavy. Yeah, so I will probably have to use the tractor to move the chicken tractor, but that's okay. And, you know, seat time on my big tractor is never a bad thing. But that's it for now. We're done for today. I'm done. This old body can only do so much, and I've already exceeded what I thought I'd get done today. We were hoping to get the chickens in here today, but I think morning would be the better time. I got to build the door. I have to get some hinges and finish this end. I got to get another piece of plywood or something. I have some 1/8 inch Luan inside. I might just close these two ends in with that and call it good. And then bring the feeder and drinker out, and probably sometime mid to late morning, maybe around noontime, we can transfer the birdies out here. Yeah, the only thing left to do is to put a rope to pull it forward, or use the tractor to pull it forward, and get some probably 4-inch galvanized bolts and put those on the ends so that I can get wheels on there and break contact with the ground so that she'll come along. But yeah, I tried picking it up on just this end, and she's pretty stout. So far, total expenditures have been right around $300, including the tarp, the chicken wire, the hardware cloth I already had, the 3 pieces of 16-foot pressure treated 2x4s, which, by the way, just to demonstrate how good we were doing with measurements and cutting, this is all that's left of those 3 16-foot pressure treated 2x4s. That's it. That's the only thing left over. Not bad. Not bad. I think we done good. Yeah, again, I could possibly see cutting this down, but I got to remember, I got wire comes down to about here. I could maybe cut a notch in here, do something, but I'm really willing to let it go for now. I'm going to put in a little bit more support to hang the 5-gallon bucket, and then I can just run a hose inside, hang the drinker, and no more wood chips in the drinker. We're coming right along. I'm figuring tomorrow the birds will be out on grass. We'll figure it out one way or another. Anyway, that's it for the update. I was hoping to do this in 3 parts, but I guess there's going to be a part 4. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. There we go. The birds are out of the brooder and enjoying a little bit more of freedom of movement on Independence Day. As soon as we carried them out here in a big tote in about 3 different batches, turns out we have 54 birds instead of 51, and we only paid for 50. These guys are curious. The first thing they started doing was getting into the grass. And got the water set up for them. I'm going to be bringing more food out, fill that up. I have a trough feeder I'm going to build out of PVC pipe that should take care of their needs. That might be a little too high for them. I'll drop that down. But the birds are on grass. The tractor is 98% finished. I want to put the anti-balloon straps over the top. I got a different tarp because that one was way too big. This one is exactly the same size, 16 feet to match the panels by 12 feet. And it tied down really good. I'll anti-balloon them. I got hardware cloth on the ends, plywood panels on the bottoms. And a nice solid gate latch so that there's nothing going to pull this door open. If it gets to be a problem, I'll have some brackets that I can put a 2x4 door bar across if I have to. But I think everybody's okay. I might have to do something up here because, of course, the 1x2 strapping has twisted it. I'll see what we can do. I can always just put a couple of scraps up here with a little one that drops down. I have to remember to duck when I'm going through the door. I've already bumped my head half a dozen times at least. But the birds are in, the eye bolts are on, I got the rope, it moved with the tractor. I cannot pick the end of the tractor up myself. So that's it. I'm going to get some PVC pipe out of storage and tie that onto the bottom of this and finish getting more apron wrapped around. And front and rear, and they'll be pretty well protected. I think they'll be okay for tonight. Seeing as how this is their first time outside, so we'll make it work. And I do have the, I think it's 164 feet of electro feather net and a couple of energizers. So I'll look into getting that going tomorrow. This old fart is super pooped. My back is killing me from yesterday's push. So that's it for now. She looks pretty good, considering it was done by a couple of rank amateurs. Chicken tractor, spring and fall, I can make it, pull the silver tarp and make it clear plastic and have it a cold frame or greenhouse. Okay, I'm done. Time to have a nap. Later. Oh, one more view of the chicks, I guess. Yeah. Pretty happy birds. And I know the square footage, which is 8 by 12, works out it's still short for 50 chickens. But if you follow the Salatin method, they run 75 in a 10 by 12, which is also short of the square footage calculation. But they're going to move every day. I've got the LS behind me here. Everybody seems to be okay. And I think I got the drinker set so it's not going to overflow now. In fact, why don't I just go in and have a look at that? Oh, come on, Nort. This way. Yep, here we go. Come over here. Look up, birds. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It slowed the flow down, so they're doing okay now. I can lower the feeder a little bit because they're having to stretch. But I got to bring out more food for them, so we'll do that next off camera. Hope you enjoyed pasture poultry. Make a better tasting chicken. Later. Well, first move for the birds. And you can see where the chicken tractor was just overnight. We put them out in the afternoon, middle afternoon, and we already have that much manure laid down. Got it pulled forward mostly one full tractor length, and filled up the water, filled up their food. Still need to do the rest of the apron, but I did get the anti-balloon straps screwed into place, and just doing that has me almost soaked straight through on my shirt. It is so humid. I did fire up the tractor and mowed a nice long swath, and I'm going to pull the electro net out and see if I can't wrap around this puppy. And if that works, then I probably won't need to do the front and rear wire apron, probably. I'll have to see how that goes. But their first night out on grass, they were very happy and calm when we came in this morning, about 10 o'clock. And as you can see, they're enjoying their new fresh grass. And I gave them 3 big scoops of feed, topped off the water bucket. And let's go have a look at the drinker here. Yep, it's got water. Yeah, it's got water and it's not overflowing. I had it flowing too fast before, and increasing the drip rate simply meant that it was not going to shut off when it got filled up on the bottom there. All right, so everything's good. Here they are having a drink. It's a little warm in here, but the silver tarp keeps it from getting too warm. And again, it is really humid in here. But anyway, the birds are doing great. I may or may not build that trough feeder. If this works out, I just don't know if I can see spending the time and electrons cutting that PVC pipe up. If this works out, I'll just leave it be. These birds are pretty dang silly sometimes. I did get one bird, they caught its leg under the back edge there, so Irina came in with the lid from the tote that we used to bring them out, and kept shooing them forward as I pulled up, and she let me know when we were on clean grass. So it's working out. That's it for today. Birds are doing good. They're enjoying life. And yeah, chickens are just doing chicken things now, as it should be. There's a little curious guy over here, or girl. I think they're all hens. What you doing? Yep. Yep. They're still fairly active, but they're starting to roll into that lazy stage where they eat, drink, and flop. Alrighty, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. Well, day 2. Chickens are doing great. This is what 24 hours of manure load looks like. We're 50 plus broiler chickens. We have pulled forward to the next open spot. There was yesterday. This was, well, that was the day before. This is day 2. Full 24 hours on the grass. And they're laying down a pretty good manure load. They will not be back on this spot for the rest of this season. We're going to go all the way down there. I will turn the tractor around and we'll come right straight back towards the house. And by then we should be pretty close to butcher time. Had a little mishap with the feeder. I put it down on the ground to top it off. And of course, one of these things came out of the hole, and when I picked it up, it dumped all the feed that almost all of 3 scoops of grower crumbles. So they can munch that up and they'll do just fine. Their water drinker's doing good. I did notice some algae growth in the bucket, so tomorrow I think I'll bring a scrub brush or a scrub sponge and some simple green, and give that a clean, and then refill it with fresh water. But I think that's probably from the town spring, which I noticed when I was flying solo here, that I did get algae growth in my my plastic 5-gallon fountain jugs, also known as carboys. So it's a possibility. But anyway, the birds are happy, they're healthy, they're active, they are loving the fresh grass and any bugs and their food. I think we hit the sweet spot with this bunch. We don't know if it's 51 or 54 birds because there was a recount after they came out and said, oh, maybe it's 51, not 54. So I don't know. We got over 50 birds, and we're getting just the right amount of manure laid down, and then we move forward one day, and it's working out just great. Alrighty, that's it for the daily update. Catch y'all later. Bye.